The list is here to make you holiday ready.
And there you have your Christmas tree.
Get your tree up.
You want a fresh cut on the bottom of that trunk.
Organize your decorations.
We've got holiday decor that includes the accessories for your tree. And I've got the lights in there.
And what to serve.
One of those classic dishes that brings all the family together.
But up first, see the Nutcracker in a whole new way. It's time to get holiday ready because it's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey guys, I'm Christina Guerrero.
And I'm Jimmy Rhodes, and the lights, the music, the pine boughs and decor, they're all setting the tone. But if you're still not quite there, today we're getting you 100% holiday ready.
I'm so excited. We are going to start by getting you into the spirit with an experience that's both traditional and brand new.
Patty D. Jamal has everything you need to know about the Immersive Nutcracker, a winter miracle. And that's our featured story at the top of the list.
Time to get into the holiday spirit with an immersive experience like no other.
It feels like an art gallery in a movie theater.
Yeah, and with this being the Nutcracker, it incorporates the art of the Nutcracker and the music from the Nutcracker into almost feeling like you're watching a movie.
From the team that brought you Immersive Van Gogh comes the Immersive Nutcracker, a winter miracle. It's currently playing across the U.S., so we met up with Jason Radell, spokesperson and venue operations manager for Lighthouse Art Space Phoenix, to bring you some of the things you can expect.
We do have benches and chairs, but we do encourage people to walk around and explore while they are in our space. There's so much to see.
First, it's the retelling of a classic that's been a seasonal hit for nearly 130 years.
I think we all grew up hearing about the Nutcracker Ballet. We've taken the ballet and the Nutcracker story and turned it into an immersive experience, 360 degrees of video and animation playing on the walls, on the floor, along with a score that came from Tchaikovsky.
The tale of a young girl and her beloved toy Nutcracker is brought to life using projection mapping technology.
I think the nostalgia of knowing this music and in knowing the story really does come out every year. It is a holiday staple.
And despite this being a high-tech version of the Nutcracker story, it doesn't lose its essence, and it celebrates the art of ballet.
It's not the whole show, but it is definitely integrated into the show itself.
The 30-minute show is made up of animated characters next to live-action footage of renowned Russian ballet dancers.
It is so visually stimulating, and with the audio that comes along with it, I think it draws people in and just gives them a chance to experience something completely different.
Wow. You weren't kidding. There's a lot of visual here.
A lot of visual. Everywhere you look, you see something going on. We encourage people to stick around, watch a few loops, watch it from different rooms, different angles.
With so much to see, it's an event where new generations will be able to uncover the magic.
I think we'll see a lot of families in for this show. You know, the Nutcracker itself is a children's story. I think that will definitely bring the kids out for this one.
And outside of the show, there's photo opportunities and a special game.
A lot of kids still see the Nutcracker traditionally with their parents as a ballet, and then coming into our space and seeing it as an animated projection mapping show with live action, I think it'll build the appreciation for them. And even for me, not seeing the Nutcracker since I was probably 10 years old, this is a revitalization for me, and I think a lot of people will experience the same.
An inside look at the Immersive Nutcracker, a winter miracle, is at the top of the list.
Almost as much as we love waking up Christmas morning and finding the present Santa put under our tree, we also love the tree itself. But if your tree's a real one, did you ever think about the journey it took to get to your living room? We're running down some amazing Christmas tree facts.
The Christmas tree is an important part of celebrating the holidays for many people.
The experience of going to get the real tree has been something that I have always found to be the most enjoyable part of it.
We turn to Tim O'Connor, Executive Director of the National Christmas Tree Association, to learn more about how the real deal winds up in our living rooms every year. First up, counting Christmas trees.
Christmas trees are grown in nearly every state.
At least 20 million are sold each year.
Biggest producing state is Oregon by far. North Carolina is second. Michigan is third. And then the fourth state is Pennsylvania.
O'Connor says all Christmas tree farms are family owned in the U.S. Kind of rare nowadays in any industry.
Many farms are on their fourth or fifth or more generations of ownership.
But growing these trees takes a lot of time and hard work.
Typically 8 to 10 years from a small seedling that's planted to a 6 to 8 foot tree that is harvested to go in your living room.
One of the most famous trees is at the White House. Families compete nationwide to grow the 18-foot tree that fits perfectly in the center of the White House Blue Room.
It was planted about 20 years ago.
This year's first tree was grown by the Sheeler family in Auburn, Pennsylvania. Next, Christmas trees are green in more ways than one. They're great for the environment.
Converting carbon dioxide into oxygen through photosynthesis. They're home for animals, prevent erosion on those hilly surfaces.
And they're constantly growing more.
When that tree is harvested in the fall, early winter season, the next spring, the grower goes out and replants that ground to Christmas trees. So it's constantly under production.
Many cities recycle real trees, but if they can't,
in a landfill, it will fully decompose. It is a product of nature.
Not the case with artificial trees.
When an artificial tree is done, it's one of those sit in the landfill forever things.
To keep your tree in tip-top shape,
you want a fresh cut on the bottom of that trunk right as you put it in your tree stand.
That opens it up to soak up more water and stay fresher longer.
And then never let the water get below the bottom of the trunk.
Branching out with interesting facts about Christmas trees.
Boxes stuffed with tangled strings of lights, bins full of wrinkled gift wrap and fractured ornaments. Clutter is just one more reason holidays can be chaotic and stressful. Well, no worries. Teresa Strasser has 3 ways to declutter your holiday decor.
Decorating for the holidays can be a joyous experience. Sorting through the tangled mess of lights and decorations, not so much. Our organizing guru, Leslie Lair, is going to help us sort through the mess with simple, easy tips to tidiness.
I've got 3 simple steps to help you declutter holidays. It includes assessing your inventory, then we're going to separate, and then finally store and label.
We'll start by going through our holiday inventory, checking for broken or mismatched items. This includes everything from ornaments to lights.
So first thing you want to do when you are assessing your inventory is make sure that your lights work properly. You plug them in. You want to make sure that these are in working order before you consider string them. Exactly. And putting them in a box for next year.
Which brings us to our next step, separate and discard.
Now we've all read Marie Kondo, so is it just like, oh, is this sparking joy, or is there something else?
We want to look at things that do bring joy, items that are bringing you joy, that you love, you're going to set aside.
And it's a good time to say sayonara to the things that need to go.
So this doesn't make your cut this year?
You know, I think it's time to retire Santa on the inflatable inner tube, but it's in great shape, so it is a great recycling item.
Leslie says Goodwill has a holiday department that would love your old ornaments. Leslie's last tip is to organize into easy to unpack containers.
So we've got holiday decor that includes the accessories for your tree. And I've got the lights in there,
stockings,
the tree popper, everything's ready to go.
Keep the ornaments in their own container, separated by recycled gift tissue.
Take it out of that bulk container that it comes in because those don't protect long term.
And she has a pro tip for light storage, the elbow method.
So step 1, put the outlet in your hand.
Okay.
And then we're just going to simply wrap.
This keeps them safe and tangle-free for next year. Keeping the holiday gear clutter-free, setting us up for an organized start to the new year.
Just ahead as the list gets you holiday ready.
You did that so quick and it turned out so beautiful.
Add some festive magic to your coffee.
We don't have to be an artist. You can just buy it on Amazon.
And take a sweet trip for the holidays.
Experience twice as many lights and holiday coaster rides.
Plus highly anticipated blockbusters hitting the big screen this month.
It's the biggest thing I've ever tried to do.
More holiday ready still to come on the list.
Welcome back, friends. You know, it seems like people are always finding new ways to get holiday ready.
And that includes perking up your morning coffee with some seasonal latte art.
Yummy! Jackie Denker has a few designs to froth up your festivities.
Doesn't it just make your day when your barista puts a little art on top of your cafe latte?
That's all we're trying to do is make people's days. So when we're able to pull off some latte art, it brings it home. So it's literally just taking the foam of the milk and mixing it with the foam of the espresso, the crema. We're getting those two to work together. You're able to create this art.
Take it from Director of Coffee for Cafe Vita, Sam Spillman, who has a few designs that we can try to do DIY.
And do we have to be artists to be able to do this?
It does take a lot of practice.
Starting with a heart, which she says is pretty basic.
It's like learning your ABCs. You have to be able to pour that base layer.
Yes.
And then we can build off of that.
Okay.
For these, you'll need a shot of espresso, and the magic is made with steamed whole milk. If you don't have a steamer, you can use a hand frother.
So this is simple, you say?
Yeah, this is simple.
Okay. I'll follow your lead, Sam.
Start in the middle and pour your milk in a circle.
High and slow.
Then at the bottom of the cup, pour
low and fast.
Okay.
Swipe through. And it's all about going high and slow, low and fast, and making sure not to spill your drink.
I gave it a go.
My heart's broken. It spilled all over the floor.
It's okay, it's okay.
Now that we kinda got the heart down, time for a tulip. This one is basically 3 hearts layered on top of each other.
We have an espresso and steamed milk.
So you go high and slow.
In the middle of the cup.
Low and fast.
Oh my gosh.
Do this 3 times, moving slightly lower each time. And then at the very end, pour a line going back to front.
I mean, you did that so quick and it turned out so beautiful.
And go low and fast, get close, get close, get close. Perfect. That's a great start.
Listen, this is abstract art.
Finally, we are getting into the holiday spirit with a little help from stencils.
Get your favorite holiday coffee, brew it up.
Just black coffee. We're gonna put the fun on top.
Yes.
Heat up some whole milk, grab a milk frother, and get to frothing.
Oh no! Do this for about 30 seconds.
Then, using a spoon, pour the milk on top of your coffee.
So then it floats on top.
Then it's time to use a holiday latte art stencil.
We don't have to be an artist. You can just buy it on Amazon.
Place over coffee and simply dust cinnamon or pumpkin spice on top.
Oh, and there you have your Christmas tree.
Waking up on Christmas morning to a Christmas tree in your coffee.
Exactly.
Yes.
Then we tried a snowflake stencil.
Oh!
Look at that.
Turning coffee time into craft time with latte art.
The holiday season is here, so haul out those lights and let the festooning begin. Now, if you need some inspiration, we are taking a tour of some of the best holiday light displays across America. All right, coming in at number 1, Blossoms of Light in Denver, Colorado.
It takes us over a year for all the planning, all the designing, the building, installation, and deinstallation.
This extravagant display has been lighting up the Denver Botanic Gardens for many years.
Blossoms of Light opened in the 1980s, and it was originally designed to serve as an invitation to explore the gardens during the beautiful winter months.
Over 1 million LED lights will illuminate your path as you explore this 24-acre garden.
That is a lot of lights. On plants, high above our heads in trees, and in the UMB amphitheater.
This dazzling event is up and running until January 7th. All right. At number 2, Fantasy in Lights Callaway in Pine Mountain, Georgia.
This holiday season, count on more joy, more lights, and more Christmas cheer than ever before.
Well, this beloved event is held yearly at the Callaway Resort and Gardens.
'Twas a night to remember, filled with magical sights that danced and sang upon the dark winter night.
And this year, they're ringing in their 30th anniversary with new decor.
30 brand new dazzling floating trees, millions of sparkling lights and miles of glittering Christmas cheer.
You can visit this awesome display until January 2nd. And last on our holiday light displays tour is Hershey Sweet Lights in Pennsylvania.
It's nice to take a little break and, just come out and spend an hour driving around and looking at all the lights, and the kids always have a great time.
This 2-mile-long drive-through experience is a feast for the senses with illuminated displays and holiday tunes.
Wow, what does that say, Sean?
Where's Rudolph? It's part of the Hershey Park's Christmas Candy Lane event, a complete holiday transformation that involves more than 5 million lights. This event is open to the public until January 1st. And those were a few events lighting up the night this holiday season. Lots more to come on the list. Stay with us.
We're back, and on the watch list, one way a lot of us get holiday ready is gearing up for the big blockbuster movies that hit the theaters in December. So we're checking out 3 we've been anticipating all year long.
From a long-awaited sequel to the legendary life of a pop star icon, this last month of the year is packed with stars.
December is my favorite month to go to the movies because you have the perfect blend of blockbuster films that you're going to go see with your family over the holidays.
Fandango correspondent Nikki Novak gives us a closer look at 3 of her favorite star-studded options for a wintry night at the movies. First up, the long-awaited Avatar sequel, The Way of Water. This time, Oscar-winning director James Cameron takes the audience into an underwater world.
And the technology to do motion capture didn't exist until a couple of years ago. He helped in having it get developed.
She says this go-around, Cameron pushed each character to dive even further down into their emotional deep end.
I need you with me.
Next up, Babylon. A-listers Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie go back to what's been referred to as the golden age of Hollywood, set in the highly alluring 1920s.
It was a time of provocation and decadence, action. And really, they were switching over from the silent film era to what we now know as the norm, but then was called the talkies. And so Hollywood was really just finding its way in this new wild era.
And Novak says Robbie's wild performance has stirred up some Oscar buzz.
Eric Roberts, who plays Margot Robbie's father in the movie, said that in all his years as an actor, he has never seen a performance as good as Margot's. He's predicting she's going to win the Academy Award for Best Actress.
Lastly, I Want to Dance with Somebody, the life story of legendary pop music icon Whitney Houston, produced by none other than music mogul Clive Davis.
He was the producer of a record label that produced all of her music. He said she was like family to him.
There's a boy I know, he's the one I dream of.
Nicky says that Davis stayed true to his protege by using the late singer's original music throughout the film.
And I think people are going to rediscover her music. They're going to want to get up and dance.
December new movies to bring you in from the cold and help you cozy up on the watch list. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, friends. Well, here's a different way to get holiday ready. Figure out how to elevate your food favorites by giving them a little twist. Now, one way to do that is by washing them down with something different. Patty DeJamal has beer pairings for some of America's holiday dinner classics.
For most of us, the holidays are all about gathering together while enjoying special meals paired with the finest of beverages. But if you're wanting to go outside the traditional box this year, maybe it's time to unwrap the hops for the holidays.
I'm assuming you're a beer guy, huh?
Just a little bit, actually.
Tim Haas, owner of Patent 139 Brewing Company in Chandler, Arizona, likes to challenge the idea that wine is where it's at when it comes to pairing drinks with special holiday dishes.
I think for beer, you get such a better quality of flavor out of there. You know, you got different craft breweries, small businesses throughout the United States that it really shows that each one puts the love into that beer that can actually bring out such different flavors than your classic Cabernet or Sauvignon Blanc.
Tim suggests pouring some of that love alongside your traditional holiday meals to elevate the flavors. One of America's top choices, he says, surfaces during the holidays. A glazed sweet ham he'd paired with an India Pale Ale, also known as an IPA.
The reason you want the hazy IPA, most hams have a little bit of the brown sugar citrus on there.
If they're done right.
If they're done right, that's correct. But this beer will actually bring out that floral herbaceousness.
Okay, let's give this a try.
Moving on to the next delicious duo, Tim says it's the return of the traditional holiday turkey matched up with a crisp Irish red beer. Once these two pair up, they bring hints of caramel to the table.
Turkey's making another showing.
Yeah.
During the holidays, you know, it's one of those classic dishes that I think everybody brings them all the family together.
I love it. You can't go wrong with turkey.
You get a little caramel toffee flavor notes on there that will actually help cut with that richness of the gravy. The Irish Red is actually more of a lighter style beer. It's mostly the roasted malts and barley that are in there that give it that caramel flavor on there.
Okay, so let's hops right in. Ooh, it's very light and airy.
Yeah, very light, airy, but you still get a little bit of that caramel flavor.
Yeah, it's like a kiss of caramel, right?
Yeah.
From sweet citrus to malty caramel, these fine craft beer flavors seem to stick to sweetness as we round out the final beer pairing with another holiday classic. A beef roast paired with a robust stout.
So stouts, you know, very dark aroma, get a lot of that almost like coffee, toffee flavor out of it.
Yeah.
That will actually really bring out some of the spices coming from the beef.
All right, I'm ready to give this bad boy a try. Wow, that is smooth.
It might be a sweet idea to hop out of the wine list and switch to the craft beer this year, bringing you and your guests some extra holiday cheer.
This is such a fun idea, and as a connoisseur of all the beer varieties, what I'm usually trying to figure out is what beer to pair with what other beer.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's definitely one way to go. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed our holiday ready show. I don't know about you, Jimmy, but I feel like I'm holiday ready.
Well, you know, maybe not 30 minutes ago, but now, for sure.
Definitely. We'll see you guys next time.